Cunningham.
Thank you. Thanks so much. I'm going to step down here. So I get to talk about one of my favorite topics today, which is profit. And when we say that, it sounds a little bit weird, doesn't it? It makes us uncomfortable because we think, ooh, is that greedy? Is this the greedy guy? Like now we're going to bring the greedy guy on. He's going to tell us how to nickel and dime our clients. No, that's not it. Because I believe profits are necessary for the health of your organization, for your owner's sake, for your team members' sakes. You have to have profits. You have a moral obligation to make your company profitable, because if you don't, guess what happens? Castle. Last year. Remember Castle, right? Yeah, they were here last year and they were going to shake us all up. I read their going out of business thing and it said, we are so sorry to our clients. We apologize. We feel so bad, but we were unable to achieve profitability. Right? You don't get profits and you're in trouble. Now, why am I able to talk about these types of things? Ancillary business services. Okay, here's my quick history, right? My dad started Grace Management in 1978. I grew up in the business. I was pulling weeds. I was painting doors. Any perpetual family businesses that you got sucked in and you just couldn't say no. So I got to see the business from the inside out, which was really good. And I went to school, studied real estate and property management. I joined the firm permanently a number of years ago. These are two of my 4 kids. My kids love go to work with dad day. Now I'm a property investor, property manager. So when it's go to work with dad day and I take 2 of my kids and we're standing in front of a door and they're holding a piece of paper, who can guess what they're holding? Yeah, that's an eviction notice, guys. That's an eviction notice. Now, if you think that's a little bit creepy, it is, all right? It is weird. That's the family life I grew up in. So they come to work with me, we drive, I'm like, come on kids, we're going to work. They get in the car, I'm like, okay, we park the car, get the piece of paper and the tape, we leave the car running, we get out real quick, we go tape it to the window, we run back to the car as quick as we can, we get in and drive away, and we go get ice cream. And they're like, Dad, this is awesome. We love what you do. So that's the creepy world I live in. It's just, it's the way it is. But profits have to be there, because without our profits, we can't do the job we need to do, guys. We really, really can't do that. So I just want to share some things that have worked really well for us to become a more profitable company. And one way to do this is to step outside of our businesses for a minute, because other businesses get this. Every other industry, by and large, gets the idea of ancillary business services. We don't get it for whatever reason. Ancillary business services are simply non-primary parts of your business, like not the management side, that you can use to enhance your profitability. So let's step outside of our business. I flew Southwest out here. When I got on Southwest Airline, these are my list of services. I could book a car, I could book a hotel. I did use my Southwest credit card. I could pay a few extra bucks for online Wi-Fi. I could buy a drink on there. These were all ancillary business services that Southwest offered to me. Was I offended by these? No, I took advantage of a few of these. I got gas in my car the other day. And as I'm getting my gas, I'm looking around, and it was so interesting, I took a picture. A little bit weird, but I did. Next to the gas station, they've got their advertisements for cigarettes I can go buy, for my Monster drink I can go buy. They've got their stack of firewood. What is the profit margin on a gallon of gasoline? High or low? Incredibly low. What's the profit margin on a bundle of firewood for $3.59? High or low? That's high. Now, don't ask me about the wisdom of putting a bundle of firewood next to the gas pump. All right, this is Denver, and we just smoke our marijuana and relax. So that's all we do. But it's that idea, all right? Last summer, my son started. He said, Dad, I want to make some money. He's 11 years old. I said, well, Gabriel, what are you going to do? Well, can I mow lawns? That's a great idea, Gabe. Let's start mowing lawns. So every Saturday last summer, Dad and Gabe, we load the mower in Mom's car. We drive it around the neighborhood, and he made little flyers, and we'd go out. And he said, Dad, I'm making good money, but how can I make more money? Do I need more clients? I said, well, what are some things we could do, Gabriel, around mowing lawns to our same customers? What else could we offer to them that they may want to pay us money for? Well, if we step outside the property management world for a minute, and you're talking to Gabriel right now, what would you tell him? What could he do? Shovel snow. We had a client call us. One of our clients said, hey, would you shovel snow this winter for me? Gabe didn't want to shovel snow, and Dad didn't want to shovel snow. But yeah, we had somebody. What else? What would you do? What could you do?
Weed the garden.
What? Weed the garden. Yep. Yeah, we started weeding. We started charging. Pick up dog poop. Yeah, I heard that back there, right? First thing we did was say, hey, Gabe, we've got that one client, and their dog's making a mess every week, right? What if we call them and say, would you please pick up your dog stuff? And if you don't want to, it's okay, but we're going to have to charge you a little bit extra for that, because Dad doesn't want to be out. By the way, you want to get real humble? Go to your next door's neighbor and start shoveling their dog poop out of their backyard as they drive by in their convertible on a Saturday morning, and you're shoveling dog. It didn't go over well. But businesses get this, and that's what he did. So we started doing fertilization, and they paid us extra for it. They were happy to. We started shoveling dog poop. We didn't shovel, but maybe we will. We started weeding for them. We found that there were ancillary things we could add on. Now, there's one important thing you need to know before you try to do ancillary business services, and it is simply this: define your scope of services. If you're trying to do the be-all to end-all to everybody, this won't work. If Gabriel would have said, hey, of course we'll shovel your dog stuff and mow your lawn and do your fertilization and pull your weeds, that wouldn't work. For the property management space, that presents a challenge because so often we try to do everything for our clients. Of course, I'll drive by your property and pull your mail out of your mailbox. Have you ever had that? Anybody ever had that request? Have you ever had an owner call and say, hey, would you do me a favor? Would you just run by my property? Anytime they say run by, I see dollars running out of my back pocket. It's going to cost us money. So you've got to define your scope of services, what PM entails and what it does not entail. But let me just give you a couple things to help you think maybe outside the box a little bit, things that we've done as ancillary business services that have made a huge increase in our profitability. Number one, in-house collections. We took our collection process in-house. Because when you get a deadbeat tenant and they move and they owe you $5,000 and you turn it over to a collection agency, what are the chances of you getting any of that money back? Yeah, zero or close to it, right? I mean, it's not the collection agency's fault, it's just hard. Who has all their information? You do. Who has their application? You do. Who has their social security number? You do. Who has their next of kin? You do. You've got everything. There are companies that will assist you in doing internal collections. So we brought it internal. Do we charge a premium to our owners for us to do that? What does a collection agency typically charge on a percentage basis? Yeah, 40, 50%. So we're going to charge a little bit less than that, but we're going to charge that, and we're going to take it in-house. And if they don't pay us, we'll mark their credit. And we have a whole big process. It's been great. Our owners love it. It's a huge benefit to them because our collection rates went way up with these folks. Negative balances. Your owner, end of the month, and your owner goes negative on his balance. And you call him, and Mr. Owner, I had to replace that hot water heater. It's $800. And I know we're not supposed to pay the bill till we get the money, but sometimes these things happen, right? Well, so what we started doing is saying, Mr. Owner, not a problem. I realize your account's negative. If you want, we'll advance the money on your behalf for a month. You get to pay us back next month out of the rental income for a small carrying fee. Now, if they don't want to do it, great. I'd prefer you don't, but I'm not a bank, Mr. Owner. But if you want to, we'll do that for you. And we have literally had owners call us and say, thank you for doing that, because I would have had to put it on my credit card and pay 18% interest. So for the nominal fee, and I hate the word fee, but for the nominal fee you're going to charge me, I'll be happy to have you carry my negative balance. And we fund their account for a month. Half of you are doing it anyway. Why not make some money in that process? We've already talked about sales and crazy websites and technology. So buying and selling, right? How many people buy and sell? You offer services to your owners. Okay, that's less than half. For many years, we did not. Many years, we were property management only. We didn't do that. And we started doing buying and selling. How about buying with your owners? Teaming with your owners. We started doing more of this. Guys, the opportunities are huge to do this stuff. We've all had a client call us and say, gosh, I think I want to sell my house. Who should be buying that house if it's a half of a good deal? Either you or one of your clients, right? How many of us are licensed real estate agents? Almost all of us. Let's pretend that we get a commission on sales, right? If we do a sale, you get a commission, right? That's just normal. So let's pretend we're stockbrokers for a minute. And if we're a room full of stockbrokers, I said, hey, stockbrokers, I got a deal for you. Any stock you want to buy for yourself, you get a 6% discount. Would stockbrokers go crazy over that? Would they be out there buying stocks? Guys, guess what? For any property you buy, you get a, 4, 5, 6% discount. Why are we not buying more properties? Even if we pay full price, we're getting a huge discount. And that's the name of the game, guys, is profit margins. And maybe you don't want to do that. Then broker the deal with another client. Find one of your other owners. You go in as a partner with them. They trust you already. This is just another ancillary business service to offer. My kids are not ancillary business services. Well, actually, they kind of are for me. Rent Protect, right? This is like guaranteed rent. Different people have different terminologies for this. We started offering this a few years ago. The idea of guaranteed rent. Hey, Mr. Owner, if your tenant doesn't pay rent, we'll guarantee it out of our pocket up to X number of dollars. You can enroll in this optional service. It's not insurance, but it's like insurance. We've got a whole program built around it. It's worked very, very well for us. Here's a new one that we're starting to play with. Property tax reviews and appeals. Okay? We do commercial property management as well. That's where so much of this has come from, is in the commercial world, they get this stuff, guys. They get this with their clients. So if you have a commercial building and you hire me as your commercial property manager, guess what? I'm charging you for everything I do. If I drive to your property, you may get a charge for gas. Seriously, like that's how commercial stuff works. If I send a mail in the letter to pay your bill, you're going to get a stamp charge. And commercial owners understand that's just part of the business. Why are we not doing that in the residential world? We should. You've got to bring that over a little bit. And tax appeals is one. For most of our states, we can appeal our property taxes, right? It's a process. Did you know that for commercial world, there are companies and all they do is they appeal your commercial property taxes, because those tax bills are high, and they take a third of whatever savings they get to you. And the appeal process is a piece of cake. I mean, you don't always get it. You fill out some paperwork, you send some comps in. Who has access to comps? We do. Why not do that? Why not offer that service to your owners? Okay, nobody else is excited? You guys are boring, okay? Because this is exciting stuff. This is exciting stuff. Thank you. I got a buddy who owns a property management company, and he started doing carpet cleaning. He said, I had a buddy, and my buddy was doing carpet cleaning company. He wanted to sell his van. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll buy your van, and maybe I'll use it for my business. And so he started cleaning carpets with this new van he owned, and it had the hookup for the carpet cleaning stuff, right? So he was doing this on turnovers, and then he started calling his tenants on lease renewal time and saying, hey, as an incentive to renew your lease for, I don't know what he said, for $50, I'll come clean your carpet. Okay, great. And here's what he said to me over lunch one day. He said, Mark, I'm making so much money cleaning carpets, I'm thinking about getting out of the property management business. But it's that idea, right? It's that idea. There is so much opportunity out there if we just open our eyes, take the blinders off to the property management world, into what other things we can offer. Don't say the word no. Say the word maybe. When you're next time, if you're trying to figure out, well, what can I offer? What's an ancillary business service? What is your owner asking you to do? And next time they ask you to do the crazy thing, pause before you say no and think about how much it would be worth for your time, for your effort, for your process to maybe say yes. And then think about it. Think about saying yes to that process. Now here's a good thing to remember if you're going to try to step into this. Don't let perfection become the enemy of this, guys. If you want to perfect the process before you do one of these things, you'll never do it. You'll never do it. When we started our Rent Protect program, I remember this was a few years ago, and it was early December, and I said, guys, we're going to roll out this new rent protection thing I heard about. We're going to roll it out January 1. I'm like, January 1? Mark, that's in 3 weeks. We can't figure it out. I said, I went into my office, I closed my door, I came out like 3 hours later, and I said, here's what we're doing. Here it is. And they're like, Mark, this isn't going to work. I said, you know what? Let's roll it out to 25 owners. I don't care who they are. Let's get it going. Let's just do it. And we did it. And there were some bumps in the road. Of course, there were some little kinks. But guess what? We got a big group of those 25 people to sign up. And so we tweaked the process. We fixed it a little bit, rolled it out to everybody else the next month. We learned a few things in the process. If I would have waited to roll it out until it was perfect, never would have done it. So you got to jump with this stuff, guys, and it won't be perfect. The first time you do it, you'll mess up, you'll make mistakes. That's okay. That's what business is about. That's what business owners do. You need to think like a business owner, not a property manager. You're not property managers for the purpose of this talk. You're business owners who happen to be running a property management company. And when you think that way, you suddenly think differently, because now you think, what else could I be doing? And not only that, but what else do I have to do to pay my people more, to pay my people more money? Good people cost money, don't they? We've got a great team of folks. They are not cheap. They're not cheap. They just aren't. They cost money. You have a moral obligation to profitability. Don't shy away from it. It's not a greed thing. What you do with that profit may be a greed thing. If it's all going in your pocket and you're not using it to improve the services that you provide, you're not paying your people, you're not using it to invest in the business, then maybe you do need to look in the mirror. But don't just naturally think, we can't talk about that. We have to shy away from that. Guys, that will lead to failure. It just will do it. Those numbers that we were talking about, that's just sad. That really is. What was it, 5% profit margin? And then the VCs get excited about that? Why do they get excited? Because they see that we don't run our businesses real well, and they think, gosh, we'll come in, we'll buy them out, and we'll show them how to run a business. You want to be successful, you need to wear 2 hats. You wear the property management hat, and you wear the business owner hat. If I bought your company today, if I came to you at the end of the session, I said, I'm buying your company, and I paid you whatever I paid you, and then I turned back around and I said, you know what? I'm going to hire you back, Lyle, you go run your company now, but now you're running it for me. I'm the boss, and I want you to become profitable. Would you run your company differently if somebody else owned it? If I was your boss, I'm the owner? Of course you would. Think of yourself that way, because we get spoiled. We're like, hey, I'm the boss. I'd quit. Who said I'd quit? Quit. I'd fire you first, okay? All right. Hey, that's our website. We've got a bunch of stuff on there, videos and things that teach you how to do it. Okay, I do have 1 minute left, so yeah, you have a question?
Just a quick question on the carrying fee for the negative balances. Do you charge a flat fee or a percentage?
Percentage. We charge percentage. What do we charge? I don't know if I can say that or not, but it's more than you think. Guess a number and then guess higher. Okay, it's that. Guys, thank you so much. Appreciate your time. Wish you well.
All right.